breeds, welcome to a little wholesome weekend in London vlog. Bear with me, I'm a little bit rusty on the vlogging side. Life has been busy and I haven't had much chance to vlog at the moment, but I love it and I want to share a little bit more of living in London life with you guys. So we're getting back into it. We're ripping the band-aid off. We are doing it this weekend. As you can see by the hair being up, it is absolutely boiling hot. I think London is in the middle of a heat wave. It definitely feels like it. On the agenda this weekend are a couple of cute little wholesome activities, and yeah, I'm just really looking forward to getting back into exploring London and especially seeing it in the summer. With this weather, it's just been phenomenal. The sun only sets at like 9:30 at night. You can go for a proper walk after work, you can go and see the sunset, and I love the atmosphere of London in the summer. And also as a byproduct, that means my hair is always up, but we have washed the hair, we are ready to go, and our first stop this weekend is going to drive a boat through Regents Canal. So let's go and do that. So with these boats you can actually bring your own picnic, so we grabbed some fruit, pastries and coffee from nearby to make a cute little breakfast. But I could also see how you could do this at night with golden hour and have like a full cheese board situation. It would make such a great date night. We booked the first slot of the morning and the canal at this time of day was very quiet and peaceful, which made it easier to learn how to drive the boat.
If you're new around here, hi, my name is Jess. I am a Kiwi living in London now. I share things all sort of around food and all the places I travel and life living abroad and all those little bits in between. So if that is a little bit of your vibe, stick around, subscribe, and I will see you in the rest of the video.
The route we drove took us through Regents Canal, Little Venice, past the zoo and up into Regent's Park. Although it was cloudy when we started, we had some sun come out and honestly I was just thriving. I even had a turn at driving the boat, which was actually very easy even for an uncoordinated gal like me.
Memorized in my heart.
Guys, it is hot. It's hot, hot, hot. I wish this glistening was all Charlotte Tilbury, but it is just a byproduct of having to catch the London Underground in 30-degree heat, which is all we seem to be having at the moment, and I'm not complaining about it, but it is very, very warm. On the upside though, that makes it the perfect weather to have ice lollies, which in New Zealand are called ice blocks, and I couldn't find them anywhere when I was searching to buy them online, but they are called ice lollies here. Okay, what is happening for the rest of the day? Well, firstly, we just want to come home and sit down and be still for a little bit and stop with the glistening, which is not super helpful because as per most flats in London, ours has no air conditioning, but that is a story for another day. I'm going to spend the afternoon finishing with my Lisbon guide. I've been rolling out all of my Porto and Lisbon content from our Portugal trip about 6 weeks ago, and it's some of my favourite content I've done. So if you're keen for recommendations around Lisbon and Porto, hop over to my Instagram or my TikTok. A lot of it's over there, but I'll also do a vlog here as well. But as part of this, I have been creating guides that kind of bring together all of my research and planning, all the things we did, all the things we kind of learned or were surprised by when we visited, things we learned from when we were talking to people at restaurants or on our trips or people we met along the way. And I've just kind of packaged that all into one place, so it's really easy if you do want to go to Lisbon and not do a lot of planning. These guides exist. I'm really proud of them. I put a lot of work into them and I love doing them at the end of the trip as kind of like a way to just wrap up how everything has gone. It's a nice sort of reflective practice as well. So that will be in the description bar if you want to have a look at those. I also think of going to the movies tonight to see Wes Anderson's new film, and I have to admit I'm not necessarily a film buff. I actually haven't seen any of his movies, but this one looks really cool and we want to go and see it today because there are a couple of pop-ups happening in London that are like Asteroid City, the name of his film, related. There is like one with Lush, and then there's also like an exhibition. So we want to go to the exhibition, but the exhibition has spoilers in it apparently. So we have to go and see the movie first, and then hopefully we can try and go to the exhibition tomorrow. Apparently they've decked the whole place out with like pieces from the film and then a diner as well. So we will see how that goes, but for now I'm just going to try and sit here and think cool thoughts and finish this ice lolly.
He's looking at you, kid. Come on, let's shake ass.
I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Good morning friends, today's clothing brief is pretty simple, which is that it has to be linen and it has to feel like it's not touching my body because it is another hot day in London. So I'm off to do something a little bit different this morning. I'm off on a little solo self-care date to make my own tufted rug. I'm heading south of the river to 9 Elms, to Tufting London, and basically you send them a design of a rug that you would like to make and you show up and they have everything set up. You can choose all your colours, your types of wool and all these different pieces. And apparently it's a very relaxing and like meditative exercise. So I'm definitely looking forward to starting a little self-care Sunday doing this, so I'll bring you along. And before we head off, I thought I would share a couple of like small brands that I love. I'm very much one of those people who doesn't buy a lot of things. I buy a few simple, good quality things and have them last. And these are some things that are just making me happy now that it's summer again. First, of course, is this dress. I've had this for years. It's from a New Zealand brand that just focuses on linen. They're called Hey Hey. I got it ages ago in a sample sale and I just break it out every summer, and it's just, you know, one of those feel-good pieces. And the next one of these little earrings, I picked these up from a cute little shop in Bath, adding to my ever-growing earring collection. I just love them. They're so summery, a little like rattan vibe. And last on the list, and this is my favorite thing ever, is that I finally have a restock of my perfume from New Zealand. I think you can barely buy this anywhere else. This is by a perfume brand called Kira Noir. And basically this was my wedding perfume and you can hardly get this anywhere. And I went to try and buy a nice quality perfume because I had run out here in the UK and they were just so expensive to the point where I was like, I could just go and buy my absolute favorite perfume for that price and have my family bring it over. So those are just a couple of things that I'm loving that are making me very happy. So go check those brands out and give them some love and support. Before you go to tufting, you send a flat image of the design you want to do, and it's basically all set up and ready to go when you arrive. You start by choosing your colours and looking at some of the other designs in the studio, and from this I realised I definitely should have chosen a more creative image, so definitely keep that in mind. You get a lesson with the tufting gun, which is very simple and easy to pick up, and then you're away. Both of the owners are designers, and you can tell this by how beautiful the studio is. They decided to open Tufting London after tufting a character for their son and just seeing how much he loved it. So a lot of people actually come here to make gifts for their friends or kids too. Tufting is no joke. It actually requires quite a bit of a workout, but you really get into the flow of it, and before you knew it, I was walking out with my own little squiggly rug baby. My next stop was the Asteroid City exhibition, which is just on for a short time in London, but since we saw the film last night, it was so cool seeing all the pieces from the set right there. They had so many of the props and costumes and even some of the buildings there, and they had also built a replica of the diner, which was serving some very movie looking food, but by this point I couldn't be bothered waiting in the line. I was ready to head home and put my feet up. Okay guys, tufting is done, and I don't think it went that bad. I just went for beige squiggles as my design, which was manageable enough for me, but there were some people who had some really cool like little characters or quotes and sayings and things like that, so maybe next time I can get a little bit more creative, but highly recommend if you're looking for something a little bit different to do in London. It was very therapeutic, very like meditative, and yeah, just a really lovely way to spend your Sunday. Very wholesome. What an absolutely wholesome weekend we've had. I think I just had to clean the edges up a little bit, and then I might style it by my plant corner here. So I'll input a little clip of what that's going to look like. But thank you so much for sticking around. We're going to end the vlog here. Leave a comment on what you have enjoyed about your weekend so far, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.